The most dangerous thing Marvel did in the Avengers Doomsday trailers wasn't hiding Doctor Doom, it was admitting silently that the MCU lost its long game. And if you click away, you will miss the one pattern that explains why Marvel rebooted its entire future without saying a word reboot. Because these trailers aren't teasing a movie, they are repairing a broken saga, and once you see that, every single frame hits differently. Stay till the end because the last detail connects Endgame to Doomsday in a way Marvel never explained it out loud. Hey, you're on this side and you're watching Screen Speculations, and today we'll talk about things you missed in Avengers Doomsday trailers. Now let's start with the uncomfortable truth Marvel never marketed. There is a massive narration gap between Endgame and Doomsday. Not a time gap, a meaning gap. From 2019 to now, the MCU released over a dozen films and series. Eternal, Quantumania, Secret Invasion, Love and Thunder, and most of them introduced threats that went nowhere or got cancelled mid-air. Thank the Doomsday trailer quietly acknowledged this by doing something radical. They ignore almost all of Phase 4 and Phase 5, no Kang build-up, no multiverse exploitation, no remember the Disney Plus plotline. Instead, the trailer reset the emotional baseline back to Endgame, aging heroes, legacy fatigue, and a world that already survived its Apocalypse 1. When coming up, I will show you how Marvel visually signals that reset without a single line of dialogue. Look closely at how these trailers treat time, not clocks, time as a concept. Every Doomsday teaser lingers on stillness. Steve Rogers isn't heroic anymore, he is domestic. Thor isn't charging into battles, he's kneeling. Wakanda isn't flexing its power, it's preparing. This mirrors something straight out of Marvel Comics. From the 1980s, the calm before Doom in multiple Fantastic Four storylines, Doom doesn't arrive with explosion first. He arrives after heroes grows complacent, older, and fractured. That's not accidental pacing, that is Doom's narrative signature. And Marvel is finally respecting it. Here's a detail almost nobody talks about. Doctor Doom doesn't need a build-up like Thanos did. Thanos required 10 years because he was a comic concept, an idea. Doom is different. Doom works because of contrast. He steps into a world of tired heroes and immediately looks sharper, smarter, and more decisive. That's why Marvel didn't give Doom solo movies or years of cameos. Instead, they weaponize casting memory. Our design isn't hype, he is misdirection. In comics, Doom constantly mirrored heroes, especially Reed Richards. Casting the face of Iron Man to embody Doom subsequently tells the audience this is what happens when intelligence loses empathy. That's a comic accurate psychological shortcut, not a gimmick. And before someone says, but Doom feels rushed, here's the counterpart Marvel is betting on. Doom already exists in pop culture memory. The 90s Fantastic Four animated series, the early 2000 films, even a meme culture, all of them taught audience one thing. Doom doesn't need an origin, he needs a throne. That's why the trailers never show his face. Doom's power comes from presence, the fear, not spectacle. And Marvel learned that lesson hard way after overexposing Kang. Now, let's talk about the X-Men because the trailer do something insanely subtle with them. They don't introduce mutants, they assume them. That's huge. In comics, Doom never treats mutants as anomalies. He treats them as variables. The Doomsday Tracer reflects this by framing mutant-coded imagery, architecture, silhouettes, team spacing without calling attention to it. This tells hardcore fans something important. The mutant problem isn't the story, Doom is. That alone separates this saga from every failed setup since Endgame. Here's another blink and miss detail. Wakanda's role isn't defensive, it's diplomatic. In past MCU films, Wakanda showed strength through technology. In these trailers, Wakanda shows positioning, consensus style blocking, shared space and outsiders. That mirrors Doom era. Marvel Comics where Wakanda and Latveria operate as a rival philosophical state, both advanced, both sovereign, but only one ruled by that's ideological groundwork. And if you think Thor's praying is obvious, here's what isn't. Who he's praying to. In Norse mythology and Marvel comics, Thor prays not for victory, but for worthiness. When facing foes he can't outmuscle. Doom is one of the few villains Thor historically cannot overpower. Magic, intellect, strategy, Thor loses on all three fronts. This prayer isn't emotion, it's foreshadowing his role shift from frontline warrior to sacrificial protector. That's straight out of the last run Avengers comics. He's now a father, no more a warrior. Now pause for a second, because this is where people usually say, this trailer feels empty, nothing happens. That's the point. Marvel learned from Infinity War that anticipation beats exposition. Thanos didn't become iconic because he fought, he became iconic because he waited. Doomsday trailers replicate that rhythm intentionally. No joke, no quits, no rapid cut. This isn't Phase 4 Marvel. This is Marvel asking the audience to lean forward again. Here's the biggest structural Easter egg. None of the trailer end with a punchline. They end with unsolved motion. Someone turning, a breath being held, a cut before impact. That's a reversal of Marvel's traditional trailer language. Why? Because Doom doesn't end scenes. He interrupts them. Even the trailer grammar changes to match the villain's psychology. And now for the detail that rewires the whole thing. Doomsday isn't positioned as the next Avengers movie. It's positioned as the end of an interim era. Everything since Endgame functioned like apology without a new thesis. This trailer quietly declares a new thesis. Power without restraint returns. That's why legacy heroes dominate the imagery, not because Marvel is stuck in the past, but because Doom's story requires confronting what these heroes left unfinished. Notice who's missing. No street level comedy beats, no multiversal chaos visuals, no flashy cameos. Absence is information. Marvel trimmed the narrative fat. That's not fan service, that's core correction. And here's the payoff detail most viewers won't catch until later. The trailers never show a team shot. Avengers film live on group hero moment. Doomsday avoids them completely. In Doom-centric comic, heroes doesn't unite cleanly. They fracture, miscalculate and arrive late. The lack of team shot isn't marketing restraint, it's narrative honesty. So when people say Marvel is just hoping RDJ carries the hype, they are missing the deeper move. Marvel isn't selling doom, they are selling consequence, aging heroes, broken timelines, power vacuums. Doom isn't the start, he is the answer to the chaos Marvel itself created post-Endgame. If this breakdown shifted how you see even one scene, the next layer goes deeper. Because once you measure these trailers against classic Doom comic arcs, you will realize Marvel didn't rush him. They skipped the part that don't matter. And that's why Doomsday doesn't feel loud yet. It feels inevitable. So that's it for the video guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button. Also comment down for more videos, and more videos will be coming up. Subscribe to the channel. Hey Goldfishers, this was here and you just watched Screen Speculations.